Hey guys, welcome back to the Appalachian Outfeed. Just got done recording a quick review of the 500i, and I had every intention of firing that thing up and working on this cherry tree with it. But on that end of the tree, which is where I'm going to work with it, that thing is covered in kind of deadish poison ivy and more briars than you can shake a stick at. So we're going to save that for another day. Right now I'm just going to fire up the MS170 and kind of top this thing out real quick. I've said this before in another video, and it sounds a little funny, but I kind of look at the 500i as kind of the top of the line Stihl. It's not the most powerful saw, but it's a very nice saw. It's a very, very nice saw. And you pair that saw with the lowly MS170, which is a $200 saw. I think last time I looked, I think that's what I paid for it. I don't think they've gone up in price in the last 10 years, which is incredible. But that MS170, MS180, man, you talk about bang for the buck. That has been a fantastic little saw. You know, that thing doesn't get a whole lot of love. It's got these tiny little teeth on the chain, these little low pro safety teeth, and you look at it, it just doesn't look like much. But I love running that saw. Maybe it's because I'm weak, but that light saw, man, that thing cuts. So yeah, I like my little MS170. This one I'm going to run today is bone stock, with the exception of me drilling some holes in the muffler trying to get some extra oomph out of it. But this little dude cuts. I hit the chain with the file last night before last. So hopefully my sharpening will be on, and we can get to cutting on this thing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut as much as I can with this little 170 because, again, why not, man? It's a lightweight saw, sips gas, and yeah, I love running this saw. So sit tight, let's get this thing fired up. I don't know if this will make it into the final video, but it's funny. When I put the chain on after I sharpened it, I made special effort to make sure I was putting it on the right way. I was wrong. Give me a second, let me flip this chain around. And we'll get back at it. Man, I hit that wood and it wasn't cut. I'm like, am I really that bad at sharpening? All right, hang on a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. That's pretty easy. I'm gonna say this one wasn't even my fault. I saw it wasn't really a meme, but I saw a thing on the internet about somebody bringing in a chain saw to a shop locally, complaining that the thing wouldn't cut, and they had the chain on backwards, and supposedly this was like a pro guy that did this. That must have been bouncing around in my head when I put this chain on to start with. We're going to go with that anyway. And I do know, I was trying to remember when I put the chain back on, I was trying to remember which way I had the bar so I could flip it. I guess I was thinking more about the bar than I was the chain. All right. With that out of the way, we'll see how this goes. good for what it is. Forgot where my dog went. Pup, pup. Oh, he's going back to the house. He didn't even check up when I called him. It's about right. Well, there you go, guys. Quick and dirty MS170, taking care of a down tree. I don't like losing trees to storms, but I do like being able to, you know, hey man, if God's gonna knock them down, I'll take advantage of that and get the firewood out of it. I think that's a pretty good way to do business. And we've been blessed with quite a few of those so far. And we're not even into like the wind season yet. These were just some early season fronts that came through and took down a few trees. So, you know, in terms of efficiency, people that know me and that talk to me are going to be tired of hearing this, but I managed to tear my rotating cuff up on my left shoulder about 2 months ago. And man, that thing is just now, I'm getting to where I can pick it up over my head, pick my arm up over my head without any kind of pain. I can run that 500i, but when I get done with this rotator cuff, I kind of know I've been running that saw. This thing, man, you can throw it around, and all these hills around here, it's great. It comes with a 14-inch bar. Oregon makes that nano speed cut upgrade. I think the kit on Amazon is 50 bucks, 50. That's a bar, chain, and sprocket. And you can get that in either, I think, 14, 16 inches. A little bit wider curved chain, but they've done something special to it to make it not as hard to pull. Might look at that upgrade, but again, I think there you're chasing diminishing returns. You know, yeah, you can spend another 50 bucks and your saw cuts that much faster, and it may be a little bit easier to sharpen too, but this one's not bad. And yeah, man, best 200 bucks I spent on a saw. You can do a lot of work with this little thing. This one was made April of 2014, and I would have bought it yeah, that fall of 2014. So this thing is nearly 10 years old, and man, it hadn't missed a lick. And it doesn't get a whole lot of love either. I try to keep the chain sharp, needle bearings greased up under the clutch cover sprocket deal. Keep good fuel in it, keep it full of bar oil, and keep it cleaned off. And that's really about it. I haven't done anything else service-wise to it. So that's been a really good 200 bucks. I was listening to a guy the other day, and he was talking about tools that he had that if they went away for some reason, that he would go out the next day and spend money to get the same tool back. And this is one of those. If I, you know, backed over it with the truck tomorrow, the next day I'd be at the Stihl shop buying another one. It's just a handy little saw. And look, it's also a great beginner saw too. I'm not wearing my safety gear. I brought my chaps out here thinking I was going to run the 500i and a bunch of brush, and be kind of stumbling around and stuff, getting tripped up maybe. But because this was relatively accessible and this little lightweight saw, I made a conscious decision not to wear the chaps, which isn't to say that this saw can't hurt you, but because it's so lightweight and small and compact, it's very controllable. So there you go, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, the Stihl MS170, great little saw. If you're just getting into chainsaws, you could do a lot worse than getting an MS170 and kind of learning, you know, the ins and outs of running a saw before you get into a bigger one, and maybe you make a more informed decision as you get into a bigger one. All right, well, that really does wrap it up for today, guys. I'm gonna chunk all this wood in my little wagon over there and haul it to the pile and get it ready to split and stack. Got more content coming up for you, so stand by for that. And again, if you don't mind, hit that like button and think about hitting the subscribe button along with that notification bell. And you can just keep current with all the shenanigans we got going on. I will say this. I never intended for this to be like a chainsaw channel. It's just kind of worked out that way to this point. That being said, I do have some other content in the works that doesn't have anything to do with chainsaws, but that does have to do with like guy stuff. So if you're into guy stuff, again, hit that subscribe button, and maybe something will come your way here in the next little bit that you'll find worthwhile. Okay, I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.